The darkest days of the year are upon us, not just in terms of the physical absence of light, but in ways that reach deep into the very essence of our souls. For centuries, spiritual traditions have whispered of an impending days of darkness, a time that transcends mere earthly shadows. But these aren't just myths or fears. They are profound warnings, prophecies from higher spiritual beings who exist beyond time and space. Among these beings are the Pleiadians, ancient cosmic guides with wisdom that spans the very fabric of the universe itself. As we stand on the brink of this transformative event, the message they bring is not one of fear, but of urgent preparation for a profound shift in our collective consciousness. These days of darkness, the Pleiadians say, are not just a temporary obscuring of light. They are an invitation, a cosmic gateway towards spiritual awakening and personal evolution. This isn't a prediction of doom. It's an extraordinary opportunity for humanity to evolve into a higher state of being. Why now? Why these specific days? And what is about to change in the way we perceive ourselves, our world, and the very fabric of the universe? Stay with me throughout this video, and let's explore these cosmic revelations together. This isn't just a moment to pass by. It's a call to awaken, reflect, and transform. Watch closely, because the insights shared here might require more than one viewing to truly absorb. And, as always, I encourage you to leave a comment below to share your own experiences and thoughts with the community. Together, let's embark on this spiritual journey and help one another understand the deeper truths that lie ahead. Part 1: Cosmic Forces Align. The spiritual significance of December. December has always been a time of reflection, closure, and preparation. It marks the end of the year, when we naturally look back on the months gone by, assess our experiences, and take stock of the lessons we've learned. But this December, something feels different. The energy is stronger, more palpable. According to spiritual guides like the Pleiadians, this month isn't just a time to conclude another cycle. It's a gateway, a cosmic portal brimming with profound spiritual significance. As we approach the end of the year, we often feel the need to tie up loose ends, make peace with our past, and prepare for what lies ahead. But beyond the physical markers of the year's end, December is energetically rich with the potential for transformation. It holds the energy of completion and release, a symbolic transition, not just from one year to the next, but from one stage of human consciousness to another. The universe, in all its complexity, is providing us with an opportunity to evolve. The Pleiadians, ancient guides who exist beyond time and space, emphasize that this December is not a coincidence. The alignment of celestial bodies and cosmic events serves as a spiritual invitation, a call to prepare for a grand shift in the collective human consciousness. The full moon on December 15th, the lunar occultation of Mars on December 18th, and the Leonid meteor shower on December 19th are not mere astronomical events. They are profound spiritual markers that guide us toward inner awakening and external evolution. The full moon, a time for release and transformation. On December 15th, the full moon illuminated the sky, casting its powerful radiance over the earth. Traditionally, full moons are seen as moments of emotional culmination and release, a time when we are urged to let go of what no longer serves our higher purpose. Whether it's old emotional wounds, limiting beliefs, or outdated ways of thinking, full moons prompt us to cleanse ourselves of the baggage we've carried for too long. But this particular full moon carried a weight that felt different. It wasn't just the usual cycle of completion. There was a palpable sense that something larger was at play. It was as if the universe itself was urging us to release not only personal attachments but also collective illusions. In the light of this moon, we were being invited to look beyond the surface, to acknowledge what no longer serves us as individuals and as a society. Perhaps it's the culmination of a larger cosmic cycle, or the alignment of energy in the universe. But this full moon felt like the end of an era. The sense of closure was not just personal, it was universal. As we let go of the past, we were being called to prepare ourselves for a monumental shift in consciousness. The energy of December 15th wasn't merely about releasing. It was about making space for what is to come, a new chapter in human evolution, one that calls for higher awareness, deeper spiritual connection, and greater unity. B. Mars lunar occultation, a call to turn inward. As we move toward December 18th, we experience a rare and significant event, the lunar occultation of Mars. Mars, the planet of action, energy, and conflict, will temporarily be hidden from view. In astrology and spiritual teachings, Mars is often associated with how we assert ourselves in the world, how we face challenges, and how we channel our energy in the pursuit of our goals. The fact that Mars will be obscured at this pivotal moment is more than just an astronomical occurrence. It's a spiritual invitation. Mars, the planet of outward energy, is being hidden, signaling that now is the time to turn inward. Before we take further action in the physical world, we are being urged to confront our internal battles, the unresolved emotions, the inner conflicts, the ingrained patterns and beliefs that we've been carrying. This is not a time to push forward in the external world. Instead, it's a moment to pause, reflect, and recalibrate. We are being called to go within and address the unresolved parts of ourselves, the fears that have been holding us back, the emotional wounds that need healing, and the old patterns that no longer align with our highest potential. It's as if the universe is gently urging us to confront the wars within ourselves before we take action on the external stage. This moment of inner reflection is essential to ensuring that the actions we take moving forward are aligned with our higher selves, not merely driven by ego or past trauma. The cosmic message here is clear. Before we engage with the external world, we must first resolve our internal struggles. By confronting and healing these inner conflicts, we can move forward with greater clarity, purpose, and alignment with the higher energies of the universe. C. The Leonid meteor shower, divine messages in the night sky. Finally, on December 19th, the Leonid meteor shower will peak, lighting up the darkened sky with streaks of light. Meteor showers have long been seen as celestial events that bring divine messages or signs. As meteors shoot across the sky, they symbolize sudden bursts of insight, moments of clarity that can pierce through the darkness of ignorance and confusion. Just as the meteor shower cuts through the night sky, it serves as a reminder that even in our darkest moments, there is always light. The meteor shower, in this context, is symbolic of divine guidance that is available to us all. These fleeting flashes of light remind us that profound wisdom and understanding can come in the most unexpected moments. The key is to be present, to be aware, and to remain open to receiving these divine messages. As we witness the meteors blazing across the sky, we are encouraged to look inward and reflect on the messages we've received throughout this period of darkness. The universe is speaking to us not in loud proclamations, but in subtle, fleeting flashes of insight. We must remain attentive to these messages, for they are guiding us toward spiritual clarity and the path to greater consciousness. As we move through these cosmic events, the full moon, the lunar occultation of Mars, and the Leonid meteor shower, we see a pattern emerging. Each event serves as a guidepost, pointing us toward the profound transformation that is unfolding. These cosmic forces are not random. They are perfectly timed to help us release the old, reflect on our inner battles, and open ourselves to the divine messages the universe is sending. In the coming days, we are being invited to shift our perspective, to embrace the darkness as an opportunity for growth, healing, and spiritual awakening. This is not a time of fear or anxiety. It is a time of profound evolution. The universe is guiding us through a gateway, a transition that will prepare us for the new reality we are about to step into. Stay with me as we explore how these cosmic forces are not just about astrological alignments. They are about awakening our inner potential and connecting with the universal energies that guide us all. Part 2. The Pleiadian message, preparing for the shift. The Pleiadians, ancient beings with knowledge spanning across multiple dimensions and timelines, have long observed humanity's struggle with self-awareness and enlightenment. Now, They urge us to prepare for what they call the shift, a moment in time when the collective consciousness of humanity will take a massive leap forward. This event, they say, will be preceded by a period of darkness, not physical darkness, but spiritual and emotional darkness that forces us to face ourselves. What does it mean to face ourselves? It means confronting our fears, our illusions, our wounds. For many, this process can feel daunting, overwhelming, and even painful. However, this is a crucial step toward growth. The Pleiadians assure us that it is only through embracing these shadows that we can begin to heal and ascend to a higher state of consciousness. The 3 days of darkness they refer to is not merely a warning but a call to action. These 3 days symbolize the internal process each of us must undergo: a deep spiritual cleansing, the release of outdated patterns, and the alignment of our personal energy with the higher vibrational frequencies of the universe. While many may interpret this period as a forewarning of impending doom or disaster, the Pleiadians emphasize that it is a time for growth. This is not an apocalypse but a cosmic recalibration, a necessary reset that allows us to move forward with clarity and purpose. Part 3: Personal Reflection. My journey with the Pleiadian teachings. As I reflect on the teachings of the Pleiadians and their guidance regarding this coming shift, I am reminded of my own spiritual journey. For much of my life, I grappled with a sense of disconnection, as if I were wandering through life without a clear understanding of my purpose. It was only through periods of darkness, times when I felt utterly lost, that I began to truly understand the importance of confronting my internal conflicts and embracing the shadows within. One pivotal moment for me occurred during a time of personal crisis, when everything I had once believed about myself and my life began to fall apart. It felt as though I was descending into a deep, dark void, unsure if I would ever find my way back. But in the depths of that darkness, I encountered a profound shift. I came to realize that the darkness was not my enemy, but my teacher. It was through this challenging period that I learned to shed my old identity and embrace a new way of being, one that was more authentic, more connected, and more aligned with my higher purpose. This experience parallels the teachings of the Pleiadians. Just as I was able to transform my life through embracing darkness, humanity, too, has the potential to transcend this moment of darkness and emerge into a higher state of consciousness. Part 4: Cosmic Realignment. How the shift will manifest. So, what will this shift look like on a global scale? While it is impossible to predict with absolute certainty, many spiritual teachers and guides, including the Pleiadians, suggest that this transformation will manifest in several key ways. 1. A global awakening. As more people begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all beings, we will collectively move toward a more harmonious existence. This awakening will not be limited to a few individuals, but will spread across communities, nations, and cultures, uniting humanity in the realization of our shared divine nature. 2. Emotional and spiritual release. The days of darkness will force us to confront repressed emotions, limiting beliefs, and unresolved wounds. As we do so, we will experience emotional and spiritual releases that will create space for healing and transformation. 3. New leadership and wisdom. As the old systems of control and manipulation crumble, new forms of leadership will emerge. Leaders who are guided by compassion, wisdom, and a deep understanding of universal truths. This shift will not just be political or economic, but spiritual, as we collectively move toward a more enlightened way of governing and living. 4. Technological and spiritual integration. With the rise of new technologies, we will also see a merging of science and spirituality. The understanding that technology can be used for the greater good will lead to breakthroughs in healing, environmental sustainability, and human consciousness expansion. Part 5: Stories of Transformation. How individuals are already preparing. Throughout history, there have been numerous stories of individuals who have undergone radical transformations during moments of darkness. One such story comes from a woman named Eva, who, after years of struggling with depression, found herself in a spiritual crisis. During this time, she decided to travel to a remote monastery in the mountains to seek guidance. There, in the stillness of the mountains and the silence of the monastery, she began to confront the emotional and spiritual wounds that had held her back for so long. Through deep meditation, prayer, and self-reflection, Eva experienced a profound shift in consciousness. She realized that her darkness was not something to fear, but something to embrace and learn from. She returned home with a renewed sense of purpose and peace, ready to help others who were also struggling with their own darkness. Stories like Eva's are not isolated. All over the world, individuals are experiencing similar transformations as they prepare for the cosmic shift. Whether through meditation, mindfulness, or spiritual practices, people are tuning into the energies of the universe and aligning themselves with the incoming wave of transformation. As the 3 days of darkness approach, we are called to prepare for a shift that will challenge us on every level. This is not a time for fear or anxiety, but for embracing the profound transformation that awaits. Just as the full moon illuminated the sky and invited us to release what no longer serves us, so too will these days of darkness illuminate the path forward, a path of inner peace, spiritual awakening, and collective evolution. The Pleiadian message is clear. This is not a moment of doom, but a moment of opportunity. The darkness we face is not something to fear, but something to embrace as part of our spiritual journey. It is in the quiet moments, in the stillness, that we often find our true selves. Just as the lunar eclipses and celestial alignments provide us with the perfect environment to pause and reflect, so too will the upcoming darkness serve as a catalyst for profound self-discovery and growth. When we confront the darkness within ourselves, our doubts, fears, and unresolved emotions, we can release the past and create space for new energies to flow in. This is the time to confront our inner conflicts, to heal old wounds, and to let go of the patterns that have kept us stuck. Just like the meteor showers that will light up the night sky during these days, we too will experience moments of clarity and insight, illuminating the path to our highest potential. As we step into this new phase, we must remember that ascension is not a solitary journey. We are all connected, and the collective shift we undergo will ripple through the world. Each of us has a role to play in this grand transformation. By embracing the darkness with courage and grace, we can unlock the power within us to co-create a new reality, one based on love, unity, and higher consciousness. Key lessons to remember. 1. Embrace the dark moments. Darkness in our lives is often a necessary catalyst for growth, provides the space for transformation, healing, and renewal. By embracing these moments instead of resisting them, we can uncover deeper truths about ourselves and our purpose. 2. Trust the process. Spiritual awakening doesn't always happen in the way we expect. Trust that the universe, or whatever higher force you believe in, has a plan for you. These cosmic events, like the full moon and the meteor showers, are part of that divine blueprint. 3. Release what no longer serves you. The full moon's invitation to release is a universal principle. Holding on to past hurts, limiting beliefs, or old ways of thinking prevents us from evolving. Use this time to let go and make room for new beginnings. 4. Collective transformation. Ascension is a shared experience. As you undergo your own spiritual evolution, remember that you are contributing to the collective awakening. Your personal transformation has the power to uplift those around you. 5. Prepare for a new beginning. The days of darkness may feel uncertain, but they are a necessary prelude to something greater. Like the moon passing through the eclipse, we too will emerge from this period renewed, enlightened, and ready to step into a higher state of being. As the 3 days of darkness approach, it is up to each of us to choose how we will navigate this transformative time. Will we face the darkness with fear, or will we see it as an opportunity to rise to new heights of spiritual awareness and consciousness? The choice is ours. So, as we step forward into this cosmic event, let us remember, the darkness is not something to be feared, It is the fertile ground from which our spiritual ascension will bloom. Together, let us embrace it, release what no longer serves us, and ascend to a higher state of being. The universe is calling, and now is the time to answer. In times of uncertainty, it is easy to fall into fear and despair, but the greatest transformations often emerge from moments of darkness. The 3 days of darkness represent not an end, but a beginning of a new spiritual era. As we face this cosmic shift, may we do so with open hearts, clear minds, and a deep trust in the wisdom of the universe. Prepare yourself, embrace the darkness, and let the light of ascension shine through.